Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Is the United States of America going to be dragged in a war against Iran or another country in the Middle East? Well, I think we are going to see that happening. I have here two articles, one coming from Reuters and the other one coming from UPI. One dealing with Iran and the other one dealing with Israel. The United States of America has a problem with Iran. I'm talking about the leadership. Do you know why? Well, probably, most likely, the narrative goes like this. Iran wants to build a nuclear weapon and then probably bombard Israel. This is how the story goes. And we have some fanatics over there in Iran, like the Ayatollah and others, who really want to take care of the civilized country of Israel, democratic and so on. Well, is it true? Well, we in the West, so proclaimed West, we are in the West, we say that we are better than others because we have the rule of law, we have values, we respect human rights, and we don't lie, we are honorable gentlemen, we are civilized after all. Well, let me show you two articles here, and these two articles will show you, I would say, the hypocrisy of the United States of America in its quest for world hegemony, which it seems like will not achieve since it couldn't bury Russia. I will go to the first article coming from Reuters. Iran's president to Trump, and I'm quoting, "I will not negotiate. Do whatever the hell you want." So the president of the country of Iran, which is about 82 million people population, tells the United States of America, do whatever you want. I will not negotiate with you. Well, you say, oh, how dare he? President of Iran said Iran would not negotiate with the United States while being threatened, telling President Donald Trump to, and I'm going to do whatever the hell you want. That means you want to attack, go ahead. And I'm quoting, "It is unacceptable for us that they, the United States, give orders and make threats. I won't even negotiate with you. Do whatever the hell you want." State media quoted, Now, the negotiation American style is like this. Let me use my left hand because of my left hand. Will you give me your wallet? And you say, no. Let's negotiate. I give you $1 for your wallet. Click or however you prefer. Now that's the style of negotiations. And you say, no, I want $3. Did you hear me? $1. Now that's not negotiating. That is threats and blackmail. It's just the pretense of negotiations. And I can give you one example in which the United States of America negotiated was the so-called purchase from Mexico. Half of Mexico was purchased. How was it purchased? The American troops were in the capital of Mexico, Mexico City. That's how the Mexicans negotiated giving the Americans half of their country. But hey, that's gone. What can you do about it? You're not going to give it back. I don't even expect that. I don't even want that. But they will ask for self-determination one day. What are we going to do? All right. So let's go back to this. So they won't want to negotiate with the Americans if there are threats over there. So the problem is the negotiations on nuclear threat from Iran. Supposedly Iran wants from about, 30 years or more to build a nuclear warhead. And the Israeli let us every week know that they're about to build it. But somehow they couldn't build it. If you go and watch the statements from these guys from Israel, Iran is about to have it in a week, is about to have it in a month, is about to have it in 2 weeks and so on. They never had it. Not because of the sanctions. The order was not given. If Iran wants to get a nuclear weapon, it will get a nuclear weapon. I have no No doubt about it. But hey, why am I talking about Iran? When I have Israel, which, let's look at this one, nobody investigates Israel about this. Qatar calls for Israel to come under International Nuclear Weapons Treaty. Now, a lot of people say Israel had nuclear weapons and so on. They never denied or confirmed and so on. But don't you think that is a threat to all humanity if a country has nuclear weapons and is not under the treaty? I found something in this article, the second one, that really I didn't know. I was ignorant, I'm sorry. But I didn't know why all the countries in the Middle East signed or are under the International Nuclear Weapons Treaty, but Israel is not. Did you know that? I did not know that. And it's right at the end of it. Right here, where is it? So Israel has not confirmed that it possesses nuclear weapons, but 2024 data from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute show that the country most likely has at least 90 warheads in its arsenal. Now, if, let's say, Iran would be supposed to have about 90 warheads, let's say the Stockholm Institute will say, do you think the Americans will not be on top of them somehow? And as I said, what really impressed me, or I didn't know that, is somewhere here it says that all the countries in the Middle East are part of the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons Treaty, but Israel. So, right here, His Excellency pointed out that all Middle Eastern countries except Israel are parties to the NPT and have effective safeguard agreements with the agency. So all the countries that do not have, in the Middle East, do not have nuclear weapons, have no problem signing that non-proliferation treaty. So let's say tomorrow all the countries in the Middle East say, okay, we withdraw from the non-proliferation whatever agency. What do you think, treaty? What do you think the Americans will do and Israel? They will all say they want nuclear weapons, but the only country that doesn't sign the treaty is Israel. Why isn't the United States of America or Trump interested in finding out once and for all if Israel has it? And if Israel has it, okay, make the next step. Either confiscate them, and you will not, or at least, make them, go and check them out and so on. After all, non-proliferation, very bad, right? I tell you why the Americans will never do that. I would maybe not say never, but they will not do that. And that gets me to the John F. Kennedy, the one who was shot in 1963. John F. Kennedy wanted to go and inspect the Israeli nuclear atomic program. Right. But hey, Oswald did the job. So why isn't the United States of America concerned with that country versus the rest of the world? Imagine tomorrow a country like, let's say, Albania says, you know what, we want nuclear weapon. Why should the United States be entitled to say, no, you shouldn't? After all, you dropped 2 atomic bombs. And if you give me that argument, or those 3 arguments, the first one, well, that's exactly why we know how it is, the perpetrator, therefore we will never use it and nobody should use it. It's like saying a rapist who say, you know what, that's it, man, I know how it is to, nobody should be okay, only I can do that. First, have you been punished for that? No. So the same with the United States of America. That's the first one. And the other 2 arguments are, well, saved our boy's life and shortened the war in the East. Well, if you use the same argumentation, let's use it for the Russians now. Do you think that would fly? If Putin will come and say, well, we're going to drop 2 nuclear bombs on whatever, civilian cities, mind you, which is a war crime, because that would save our boys' lives and will definitely stop the war in Ukraine. Definitely. Do you think that would fly? And if you tell me that that's in self-defense and that's in United States indeed was attacked, but was winning the war. It didn't have to do that. But they were afraid that Stalin will take over. Why? Because a Japanese delegation was in Moscow, tried to make peace with Soviet Union, not with the Americans. So he said, you know what? You belong to us. So the world is ruled by power, not by values and ideals and virtues and so on. I think that's a personal preference. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.